Yo, what's up guys? I'm back with another YouTube video. And honestly, I want to make this video about knowledge because I feel like knowledge is super, super important. And I heard this quote by somebody and I always like stick by this. The more you know, the further you grow, or the further you go and the more you grow. You want to know why people are like so stuck in situations or experiences that doesn't benefit them, that doesn't make them happy, that they don't even want to be in, that makes them like miserable or depressed? Because a lot of people don't know more than the experience that they are experiencing. For an example, if you're in like an abusive relationship with someone, a lot of people will stay in that relationship because they don't know more than outside of that relationship, because that's all that they know. And that's why it's like the more you know, the more you can grow and the further you can go. Because if someone is experiencing one thing or one specific experience throughout most of their life, they can't change that if they don't know other experiences outside of that experience. But if you know more and you know that there's more out there for you, there's more opportunity out there for you, there's other ways to experience. There's never just one way to experience things. And if you know this, then you can get yourself out of, whatever situation you're in or whatever experience that you're in that you don't like, or that doesn't bring you happiness, or that doesn't benefit you. And I really see how like our country and everything around us is literally built off of knowledge that go way back to like ancient times and ancient history. The average person lives like a miserable or like an unhappy life, and nobody ever teaches them these things. Like for me personally, I was in like a lot of experiences that didn't benefit me, that didn't bring me happiness. I was in a lot of experiences that was really toxic to my mental health. And I had like a lot of toxic habits and a lot of ways of doing things that just weren't benefiting me or weren't helping me or making me happy, And I noticed that in order to get myself out of those situations, in order to get myself out of those experiences, I had to learn more. Like I had to expand my mind. Like I had to figure out other ways of living almost. And honestly, that happened from me just wanting to learn more, or wanting to know more. And that can even be things like listening to podcasts about educational things, or reading books, or like just have conversations with people that just know more than you do. Because if you don't, and you continue to just surround yourself with people that only know what they're experiencing, or they only know what you are experiencing, like these people don't know out more, or they don't know like that there's more ways to experience life than just the way you are experiencing, or just that one way, And for majority of my life, I know I surrounded myself with people who only knew what we were, like what we experienced. They didn't know like there's more to life, and there's more to doing things. There's not just one way. And if you continue to like surround yourself with those type of people, you just stay stagnant, or you just stay stuck where you are. Because like you don't know any more than what you're already in. It's like it's like being in a house, right? And there's like 12 rooms, or just say there's like multiple rooms, but you only been in one room in that house your whole life. It's like that. Like in order for you to upgrade your life, or for you to have better experiences in life, for you to experience more, you have to like open the door and go into those other rooms, rooms that you've never been in before. And when you do that, you can learn so much more. You can learn from people that went about life differently, people that probably even been through what you've been through, but they handled the situation in a different way. But you'll never know this if you're just stuck in one room, And this is why it's so important to do things like journal, or to do things like read, or to read books, or to like listen to podcasts, or just like try to expand your mind in some way. Always seek for more knowledge, like always seek to learn more, and it's crazy because we do have things like education, like school and stuff, but school doesn't teach you life and experiences and situations. And school doesn't teach you like how to deal with emotions, how to deal with energy, how to stop toxic habits, how to become a better person, how to become a more healthy person. School doesn't teach you any of that. And don't get me wrong, school does give you education, but there's more education than just like a middle school or high school level. I always tell myself, like, I want to always learn more. Like, I always want to be able, like, it's kind of like I become like hungry for knowledge. I become hungry to like learn new things. I become hungry to have new experiences. I become hungry to experience things that I've never experienced before, and I also become hungry to like upgrade myself and to become a better version of myself. Because if I don't, I will stay stagnant, and I will stay in the situations that continue to just not bring me any happiness. The same experiences that have me depressed, that have me, not wanting to really live life to its fullest, or experiences that don't want me to, become the best version of myself. And it's like, I had to learn all that through constantly getting up, falling, getting up, falling, because true knowledge and true wisdom comes when you get up and you fall, and then you learn how you fell. True knowledge comes when you keep getting up after you keep falling. You can't get anywhere, and you can't learn anything if you get up one time and then you fall, and then you say like, oh, like, that's it. I took one shot at life and it didn't work out, and I just, give up. You don't learn anything that way. You won't get anywhere that way. It's a process, and it's a journey. And honestly, the journey is what makes life much better. If it was just a overnight process or an overnight journey, you wouldn't. Not only would you not learn anything, because like, how would you learn anything if you just got that life overnight? Or how would you learn anything if you just became successful instantly? Like, the journey, the process to becoming like the better version of you, or to becoming your best self, that process is what makes life better. That process, that anticipation to building up to where you want to be, that is what makes life more joyful. That's what makes life way better. So honestly, if you're in like rock bottom, or you're in like a really low place, don't look at it as a bad thing. Change your perspective on it. Because even though you are really low and you are really down, that process and that journey to becoming the best version of you, to be getting that life that you always dreamed of, to accomplishing those goals, that is what will make your life 10 times better. That is what will make your life feel so much more joyful and happier, when like, I've been through that process, I've been through that journey, and it took me a while. And yeah, the longer it took, the better it was, because throughout that process, throughout that journey, you're constantly learning, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly getting. The thing is, like, God likes to, when you're trying to evolve and when you're trying to become a better person, God likes to test you a lot. And those tests, whether you fail or succeed at those tests, and honestly, you probably won't succeed the first time, but those tests, when you succeed, when you pass those tests, do you know how good it feels to pass a test that you've probably been dealing with your whole life? And you know what's so crazy? When you're in school and you get an A on a test or a B on a test, like you do really good on a test, doesn't it feel good? Like, doesn't it feel good to pass a test, especially an important test that you've probably been studying all year for? Think about that and think about the same way with life. Life is constantly full of tests, constantly full of lessons. And those lessons, those tests, when you pass them, when you finally ace them, it feels so much better. It makes life feel so much better. Like, damn, I constantly got knocked down by that same lesson, by that same experience. And I finally got to the point where I could pass it. And it makes you look back like, damn, like, I've grown so much. Like, the person that I thought I was that couldn't be successful, that couldn't be this type of person, that person is no longer me. And it really gives you like a reality check, like, damn. And then when you pass those tests, it makes you feel inside like, okay, I feel like I can pass more tests that are even harder, that are even more difficult. You know, and it really makes you more hungry to like pass these tests, to like complete these lessons in life that, you know, that used to be so difficult to you, but now it's just, you know. And honestly, I feel like that's how life should be. Life should be you striving to not only gain knowledge, but to learn from each and every lesson, in each and every experience, in each and every situation. Because every experience and situation has a lesson to be learned throughout life. No matter what it is, there's always things you can learn from every situation, from every experience, no matter what it is, no matter how bad it is. Especially when you're at rock bottom, especially when you don't even have anything to lose, especially when you don't even know anything, because all you know is those bad experiences and those bad situations that you've been throughout your whole life. And that's why I always say, strive for more knowledge, strive to learn more, because that's what life really is about. It's about you learning, because the more you learn, and you know, like, the further you can go, the more you can grow. But if you don't know much, you'll just stay stagnant, you just stay stuck. And knowledge even helps you, knowledge is even what helps you heal yourself. Because when you've been in like really toxic environments, toxic situations, you have to come to a point in your life where you have to heal from that stuff. Like, you got to get that stuff out of you. Like, you got to purge yourself almost. And you can't do that if you don't even know, you know, how to do that. You can't heal yourself if you don't know what healing really is, what healing truly is, you know? And when you have that information, you apply it to yourself and to your life. But if you don't have that information, you can't move forward if you're still stuck on the past, or you're still stuck on things from the past that hurt you, or those experiences that left you depressed, or those experiences around people that didn't really care for you or that treated you really bad. You can't heal from that stuff if you don't even know what healing is or how healing even works, you know? So the more you know, the more you can apply that to your life, and the more that can help you, and the more that can help you grow in life. Because one thing I've learned from my personal experience, if you're not evolving, if you're not moving forward, if you're not evolving your mind, if you're not growing, then what are you really doing? You can have money, you can have, all this nice stuff. You can have fame, you can have fortune, you can have so much abundance, but if you're not growing, if you're not evolving as a person, then does that really matter? Honestly, if you think about it, it's kind of like living backwards almost. I feel like abundance and success and, all the successful life, all of that comes after you evolve as a person, after you become the best version of yourself, after you become the person that you were always meant to be. But if you obtain all those things before you even do that, doesn't that seem kind of backwards? And not only that, you could lose it all so quickly. Because like I said, if you don't know, if you don't have knowledge, if you don't have wisdom, if you aren't grown and evolved as a person, all those things will literally can fade from your life just like that, like in overnight. And that's why you have like so many people with big platforms or so much abundance and nice houses and nice cars and so like all these materialistic things, but it's not really doing anything for them. It's not evolving them as a person. It's not evolving their mind, because they're living backwards almost. They got all those things without actually getting it the right way, if you think about it. But I'm going to wrap this video up, honestly, because I could talk about this for a long time. And I think I honestly do want to start a podcast and just, share like things that I know and learned throughout my life. And it could, help other people. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. But just remember, always strive to evolve your mind, to learn more, to seek more experiences, to expand your awareness. Always try to do that. Never just look at life or situations or experiences from one perspective. Never do that. There's always different perspectives and different ways to go about things, But all right, I'm going to end this here. Peace.